Hi all, I just wanted to share some quick thoughts about having two REL T0 Mark 3 subwoofers, a stereo pair, together with my Polk R100 reserves, as well as the Rotel A110 Mark 2 amp. The little tiny box over there is the Shit Modi 3 DAC, and there's a tiny little Veeam Mini for streaming. That's basically my system. Very simple, but it's very good. I really enjoy it. Yeah, so I just wanted to share some thoughts regarding the two REL T0 Mark 3 subwoofers, a pair. As many, maybe most of you have done, I've seen tons of videos online where REL John Hunter recommends having pair of subwoofers, and I was able to acquire these one after the other with a little bit of gap in between time wise. Both used on the used market here in Germany. And initially with I just had one, and it was quite good. Just the bottom end got a lot more punchier, as you would expect any subwoofer to do. Nothing crazy. It wasn't anything. Nothing stood out basically. Then I got the second one after a while, and I started playing around with the placement for both. Usually I keep one in that corner over there, or sometimes even over there, and the second one I usually keep under my desk. And then I play with the volume and the crossover a little bit to fine tune it to my taste. So they're connected both with the high level cable, just as REL would suggest. The Rotel is a Class AB amp, so I just basically followed one of their videos to connect them, and it works. What I noticed was, first of all, obviously there's the obvious bottom end punch that you get. The bottom end is significantly more detailed now, and the sound feels fuller at the bottom end. That's obvious. I mean, you should get that from any subwoofer. Doesn't matter how you hook it up, basically. um, what I really noticed was it's the placement that really matters. I mean, no matter where I put it in the room, the sound signature changed. Sometimes I noticed something drastically and it became boomy and not so nice. So other times, or other places that I kept or tried, I didn't even hear anything, so it almost like canceled each other. So the room acoustics play a huge role, like almost all the audiophiles on YouTube say. It really is true. So if you do get a pair of these, or pair of any subs, please do pay attention to where you place them. Other than that, the tone did get a lot warmer. The sound really did become warmer. It was already a pretty warm setup, if I'm honest. The Polkar 100s and the Rotel amp together, they're quite warm, if I'm honest. On a scale of like 0 to 10, on a not neutral being 0 and 10 being warm, it's around 2.5, I would say. Just my rating. But yeah, adding these subs, and based on the placement, they got a lot warmer. So you really have to be careful. So at the moment, when I put one sub underneath my desk and then the other sub in that corner, it's slightly warm. It goes up to around, on my neutral to warm scale, the whole system goes up to around, let's say 3.5, 4, 3.5 or 4. So I use the tone controls on the Rotel to dial the bass down a little bit and boost up the treble, so it sort of balances out. So it works. It does sound really nice, I must say. But the thing that really surprised me about having two REL, or two subwoofers, and connected with the high level as REL suggests, is the sound stage. uh, it it gets a lot deeper and lot wider. The sound coming from these R100 speakers that I have, it really becomes very much deeper and wider and bigger in general. Like it feels like the sound is coming from or starting there and ending over there, well beyond the speakers. And also the depth increases like crazy, and even the height increases. Actually, I felt the height of the whole soundstage was bigger. The sound image was a lot bigger. It sort of felt like it's like going all the way up to there where the plants are. Normally, without that, with just the R100s, the speakers, it was sort of cut off where the middle part of the shelf, sort of, and yeah, it was also a lot narrower. The soundstage didn't go beyond the speakers, sort of, but now it really is much bigger, wider, taller. It's really crazy how that affects, and not just in the bottom end, even the mid bass range, the mids, all of that, you really hear a difference. Is it so drastic that it's crazy? No, but it takes a few songs, it takes a few tracks that you know well to really notice it. But once you do notice it, you tend to notice it more often. It definitely wasn't night and day. Like it's not something I would say that instantly was a massive change that I noticed. But then again, that maybe also has to do with my hearing, the way I perceive sound and things like that. Everybody's different, so it's quite difficult to narrow it down to one variable because there really are too many variables. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts. It clearly needs at least I don't feel my ears are that attuned at the moment. I am slowly getting into this hobby, so my taste and my ears aren't fully attuned, let's say, or let's say it's subpar at the moment as a rookie. But I did notice a difference. There was a gain in the soundstage. It really was nicer, so I do enjoy it. I don't know if I'll keep them. I'm honestly not sure, but it did make a difference. But again, I maybe have a lot of playing around to do still to learn and adjust these subwoofers to my apartment or how they sound in this room. The room is about 25 square meters approximately. It's about like 5 meters from that wall to that wall, um, and around, I don't know, 5 meters this way. So the ceilings are not that tall though, but yeah, so it makes a difference. And I feel I still have a lot to learn by playing around with these subwoofers and placements and crossovers and volume. So but yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts. The soundstage did make a big difference, pretty big difference, I would say. And the tone got a bit warmer, but I was able to pull that back with tone controls. Yeah, so if you're thinking of two subwoofers, just keep in mind placement really does make a huge difference, but it does really add something to your whole system. That's for sure. Anyway, hope this was helpful to somebody who's watching. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.